Did you know that our gut bacteria can influence what we eat, making us crave or hunger for certain foods? Likewise, what we eat can also influence our gut microbiome and the gut bacteria in our gut. For example, choosing between a tuna sandwich or a yogurt parfait for lunch can increase the populations of some types of bacteria and diminish others. Or eating a wide variety of colorful veggies, proteins, and healthy fats can encourage a wide variety of bacteria in our gut. In other words, when we eat, we not only feed ourselves, but we feed trillions of little microorganisms inside of us. If you've struggled with food, insatiable cravings, binging, purging, dieting, or restriction, there's a big chance you've influenced the gut bacteria ecosphere living inside of you. And your gut bacteria have also influenced the food choices you make on a daily basis. So why do gut bugs oftentimes crave foods we are actually intolerant to? Have you ever had a craving for a particular food like chocolate or pizza or diet soda or rice cakes? Or perhaps you're a creature of habit, eating the same foods every day. Not only is it comforting, but these foods are also the only foods you like, be it egg whites, turkey patties, sweet potatoes, and avocados. Many people tend to eat the same foods every day because their gut bugs crave certain foods. This is not a bad thing to like certain foods. However, if you find yourself very rigid with foods, lacking variety, or emotionally craving and eating foods for the rush they give you, something else may be going on under the hood. Specific types of gut bacteria help a host animal, us, detect which nutrients are missing in food, and then finally titrate how many of those nutrients the host really needs to eat. And in the case of unhealthy gut bacteria, pathogenic or overgrown unhealthy bacteria often crave foods you are intolerant to. Since the food proteins in certain inflammatory foods are favored by pathogenic bacteria, these bacteria try to get us to eat foods they thrive on. Observationally, this makes total sense. If you've ever had to have the same foods every day, from coffee to diet soda to cereal to fat-free ice cream, despite knowing you don't always feel the best, perhaps you get constipated or bloated or fatigued really easily, there's probably a reason why. Your gut bugs are telling you what they want. Couple this with a history of restrictive dieting or purging, and there is a good chance you have a low amount of healthy gut bacteria and low diversity. And when we have less healthy gut bacteria and less diversity, mayday! Our hunger, fullness, and craving signals get way off. Even for those of you who eat healthy, if you have a gut imbalance, you may still crave foods you are intolerant to, such as sweet potatoes, starchy tubers that feed a thriving candida or SIBO overgrowth in your gut, or high quantities of nuts that continue to drive our constipation, but we still love them, or Brussels sprouts and salad greens that make us feel bloated, but we can't seem to stop. Why? Oftentimes the reason why we still reach for a certain food is because certain gut bugs are craving them to thrive. So what happens when we feed unhealthy gut bacteria? These unhealthy gut bacteria want to continue to thrive, so they may increase cravings in a few ways. They change your taste receptors, making you prefer certain flavors. They release hormones like serotonin that make you feel good after eating certain foods in the moment. And they stimulate your vagus nerve and appetite hormones that can lead to undereating and increased feelings of fullness, or overeating and increased feelings of hunger. Likewise, aside from our particular gut bugs influencing our hunger and craving cues, we can also influence our gut bugs and affect these cues themselves simply by restrictive dieting. Research shows that the gut microbiome can change significantly in as little as 3 days, and that long-term restrictive diets are actually detrimental to our gut health as a whole. For example, studies of women with anorexia show that these women have less diversity in their gut and consequently increased symptoms of anxiety, bloating, and IBS, and altered hunger fullness cues as a whole. In women with histories of bulimia and binge eating, dysbiosis, a disrupted gut microbiome, is often indicated, along with a particular protein made by the gut bacteria itself that attaches to hunger and fullness hormones, manipulating feelings of hunger when the body may actually not be hungry. So how do you feed your gut microbiome for a healthier gut? We've already talked about loving your gut bugs with a variety of nutrient-dense foods, fat, fiber, and protein, as well as digestive enzymes and stomach acid. But today we're talking about probiotics and prebiotics. What are probiotics? Probiotics are live organisms or bacteria found in foods and supplements that are similar to a variety of healthy living organisms that you naturally have in your gut. As for prebiotics, prebiotics are starches and fibers found in foods like green-tipped bananas, plantains, mushrooms, cooked and cold sweet potatoes, and squashes that serve as food for your probiotics. In fact, prebiotics are arguably more important and necessary because they help your probiotics stick around and increase probiotic counts in your gut. When you consume prebiotics with your probiotics, you help multiply the probiotics or healthy gut bacteria, so you can increase your beneficial bacteria over time. In short, probiotics and prebiotics are essential for rebuilding a healthy gut microbiome, especially after you've addressed an underlying gut pathology.